take a look at that! We are going to be reviving a dead bomb flower with this. What the hell kind of nutrients are in this water? Anyway, let's... Oh wow, it actually landed on the rock! I think if I actually threw it in the water, it would have just been... it would have just stopped working, and I would have had to try again and wait a little more, but I guess I lucked out here. So, filling the spring will allow me to move on to Roost Cavern. And yes, by the way, I still have that cold, but I think I'm doing good enough that I can actually make one of these videos. You've waited long enough, that's for sure. Before heading into the cavern, though, let's see if I can find some money in these pots to compensate for the 5 rupees I spent last time. And here we are going to have to play basketball to get those bombs into those jars. It's a lot easier in Skyward Sword where the UI actually tells you, whoa! Didn't want to get blown off into the lava there. That was close. But yeah, in Skyward Sword you see exactly where the bomb is going to land, so that's a lot more user-friendly. And as I recall, it's the only time you actually... you have to do it a couple more times later on in the game. I have a place in mind that I'm not going to explain in detail. Anyway, we made it into the Roost Cavern. So, first, let's see, we got a rupee in there, another rupee there, so let's open the way to the cavern. By the way, I might as well mention this, because if you're playing along on an emulator, you're probably going to have some problems in this area. The Dolphin emulator absolutely hates lava. The graphics glitch out like crazy wherever there's lava, and oddly enough, the best workaround... Oh, and oh my god, this is awesome, a joy pendant, and over there we got one of these orbs that enemies can randomly drop, and when you break those orbs, they burst open with goodies like piñatas. So I'm just going to call them piñatas from now on, because that's just what they remind me of. Anyway, you use that flaming Deku stick to light these 2 torches, and there's going to be a chest that's going to appear, and inside we have a small key, which means you were actually forced to do this. Now, next to this chest, there's a cauldron here. There are several of these cauldrons in each dungeon, and what they do is that they warp you through various areas of the dungeon. We're actually going to be testing this out later as we find more of these cauldrons in this place. So, we're now in the main room of Roost Cavern, and we can't head over there quite yet because we don't have a second key, so we're just going to head over there instead. But yeah, what I was about to say, which is appropriate since there is lava in this room, the best workaround for those graphical glitches that I was talking about is an action replay code, which I'm going to put in the movie description so that if you guys are following along on the Dolphin emulator, that the graphics don't totally freak out. I might do a video at a later date of, those graphical glitches, just in case you want to see what these are like. They don't make the game completely unplayable, but it's still very, very irritating. So, now we are going to get introduced to yet another new mechanic. These jars that have drops of waters drawn on them. Oh, I think I threw that one a bit too far. But yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use these jars of water to solidify the magma so that you can jump across. I don't think trying this in real life will work, by the way. It's just going to make a whole lot of steam, if anything, and not much else. Though, I've never been close enough to a volcano to actually try this, and I don't intend on trying this. Anyway, after getting the dungeon map, you want to make your way over to the other end of this room. Now, up there is... Come on, fall down. Fall down. Yeah, I knew this was there because it ambushed me so many times in the past. Come on, fall down! Fall down, goddammit! Wasn't really expecting to rage today. It must sound really awkward with that cold, but still. Oh! Here we go. We got red chew jelly. Not that it's really useful. I guess if I get enough of them, I could pawn them off to Beetle for money. But once again, if you're careful, money isn't that big an issue. So, I hope you've been paying attention to what just happened. This Bokoblin cut through that wooden barricade with his sword, so that's what you're meant to do. You might be looking for some way to set this on fire, but that's not the case. You're supposed to use the Bokoblin sword, which, by the way, we already got a hint of this new ability Link has in this game. Back in the Forsaken Fortress, when there are enemies that use weapons, once you get them to die, or at least drop their weapons, you can then use those weapons yourselves. But generally, you're just better off using your regular sword because of the much higher attack speed. It's more reliable, even though some of these weapons have really good range and power. I generally just ignore them unless I really have to use them. Now, is this the... Okay, this is the part that gave me trouble in previous playthroughs. You can throw... Yeah, thanks for working. You can throw pots at these bomb flowers, but if it doesn't work, you can tiptoe your way to the very edge of the ledge, then unleash a spin attack that will trigger the bomb flower. So we've now made our way all the way around this room, so we're back here, and now that we have a key, we can open this door. Over there, there's a treasure chest that contains a treasure shard, but we can't get there quite yet because there's a huge pit of magma that's in the way. We need the dungeon's treasure in order to be able to get over there, so we're going to have to come back here later, presumably with the cauldrons that we saw a bit earlier in this dungeon. And here's another Bokoblin ambush. I guess they're a lot more effective when you've never played this game before. When you've played the crap out of this game as much as I have, you're really not very surprised at anything anymore. So what you're supposed to do here, light this on fire. You can either swing or throw, your choice. Press the switch, which opens the door. And if I remember correctly, it's going to lead outside. So yeah, this is something you usually don't expect from a dungeon in a Zelda game, actually ending up outdoors. I really like this for some reason. It's a really nice touch, you know, actually making you climb the mountain both on the inside and the outside. It's actually pretty cool. Now, up there we have... a flaming lava geyser coming out the side. I don't know if the geyser is the right word for it. And you would just want to wait until it backs off before going forward. I don't know how this wooden ladder can withstand fucking lava. Let's just say it's a magical wooden ladder. Yeah, you know as well as I do that it's complete bullshit. It's just Nintendo logic at work. Now you have to do the same thing again. Sidle along this wall that releases flaming magma. Once again, whoa, that was actually pretty close. When it spews out just a little lava like that, it doesn't hurt you. It's just a warning that it's actually going to be coming out in a couple seconds. Here, I don't think there's a way to actually sidle here, so you just have to hang on with your stubby little arms and hope not to fall off. So, you want to pick that up, throw it down there, and... oh, man, it was just a bit too far. Okay, let's try this again. At least they grow back pretty quickly. Oh, man, not again! Oh, wow, it actually worked! I didn't expect that. I thought it was even further than the first one, and for some reason it worked. Oh, well, I'm not complaining. Anyway, a little bit of a block puzzle here. There's a secret passage that leads to lots of money, but do I look like a guy that can carry lots of money right now? So I'm just gonna skip it. And I don't even think I remember off the top of my head how to get into that passage anyway. But in this room, you got rats that will knock the rupees out of you and run away with said rupees. And I'm actually getting a message from Tetra's stone, even though Tetra is nowhere nearby. Yep, it's the King of Red Lions that, for some weird reason, can talk to me through Tetra's stone. I bet there's a completely sensible and not convoluted at all explanation for this that we're going to hear about later on. Totally. But yes, there is an explanation. We're just gonna... oh wow, that was pretty close. When you hear those rats screech, that's because they're about to attack you. Now, let's just... whoa! Just want to get away from that rat and... No! I'd heard the screech during the cutscene, but I wasn't sure. But seriously, you just saw it. That rat attacked me during a cutscene! Game! Now I'm 10 rupees under. Whatever shall I do? Oh well, rupees are so common anyway, it doesn't really matter. But still, it's really, really annoying. Getting attacked during a cutscene. You don't do that, Nintendo! What were you thinking? I'll be honest, this never happened to me before, and I hope it never happens to me again. Oh well, screw that rat. Let's head back outside for a moment. And in this, well, I wouldn't say a room, but outdoor area, we're going to be fighting an enemy that I actually encountered a bit earlier on, but I was too busy with my commentary to actually talk about it. This is a Kargarok. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get it to die over solid ground so that maybe it might drop a gold feather. Yeah, here we go! Random gold feather, awesome! What these do? These are spoils that go in your spoils bag, much like joy pendants. You need 20 of them to get 100 rupees and a piece of heart later on, and if you have any in excess, you can sell them to Beetle for extra cash money. So there was a small key in the nest, which allows us to move on, so you actually had to fight that Kargarok if you wanted to move on. Now this room is pretty dark, so you have to try and keep that stick with you. That's why I'm attacking with it, even though I said earlier on that I tried to... that's not the button I wanted to press, I just wanted to swing, but oh well, at least the torch is now lit. Let's see what's in there. A joy pendant! At least I'm still at the point where, they're welcome because I can actually still get something for them. But at one point, later on in the game, it's just going to get so frustrating, hoping to get, something like 20, even 10 rupees, and you get a joy pendant instead that's not even worth 10 rupees. Anyway, let's light up some more torches, because, it's the fire dungeon, so we gotta have fire puzzles, and, oh! Cauldron number 2 right here. So you want to open this up with... Sorry about that, with a bomb flower. We're not going to dive into that cauldron and get back to the entrance just yet, because we still don't have this dungeon treasure that is necessary for us to get that treasure chart I mentioned earlier. So now we are, in this room. There are a few bokoblins that are out in the open. When I said a few, I think it's actually one, and the rest are hidden in some of these pots. So you're going to have to break these pots and find out which have bokoblins in them. None of these. Let's see, maybe some of these. Not this one. Oh yeah, this one! It's always sort of funny when they're just waiting in the pot to ambush you, and then you bust the pot first and they're all, oh shit, I've been found out! And it's like, oh man, I actually gotta fight on equal ground now. I'm doomed. And yeah, I sort of remembered this one. Is there... I think the only way is actually to roll into that wall to get the pot to get knocked down. Anyway, the door's open, but that's not quite all you want to do in this room, because over there's an unlit torch, and this is an unlit torch in a Zelda game. You know what it means, you have to light it up. And in this treasure chest, we have, if memory serves me correctly, a treasure chart, which we can't open while we're in a dungeon, because pressing up on the D-pad just brings up the dungeon map, so you have to wait until this dungeon's over in order to open this. And it's just so goddamn annoying how you have to read that description every time you get one of these shards. And with that, I will see you next time.